Quick question. Do you know exactly how much you spend on subscriptions every month? Most people guess around $50. The real number is usually closer to $300. And that gap is not just missing money. That is your retirement, quietly leaking away every single month. I am going to show you the math, and it is going to make you want to open your bank app right now. Let me introduce you to Jake. Jake is 28 years old. He makes decent money. He thinks he is pretty good with finances. He pays his bills on time. He is not doing anything crazy. He knows he pays for Netflix. He knows he pays for Spotify. What Jake does not know is that he also has Adobe Creative Cloud that he used twice this year. A meditation app he downloaded in January and opened maybe 3 times. A gym add-on from a membership he upgraded 6 months ago. 2 different AI tools, one of which he completely forgot about. And a meal kit delivery subscription that he keeps meaning to cancel. He thinks he spends about $80 a month on subscriptions. He actually spends $387. Now here is the crazy part. Jake is not stupid. Jake is not bad with money. Jake is just a normal person living in 2026, where every single app and every service wants a monthly fee. And these companies are very, very good at making those fees feel invisible. There is actually a psychological reason for this. When you hand over $400 cash for something, it hurts. You feel it. But when it is $9.99 here, $14.99 there, $19.99 somewhere else, each individual charge feels small. Almost meaningless. 50 small payments feel less painful than one big one. That is not an accident. That is a business model. Okay. Let us talk numbers. Because this is where it gets real. $387 a month sounds annoying. Yeah, I probably spend too much on subscriptions. I should cancel some stuff. Fine. But let us actually do the math. $387 a month, invested at a conservative 8% annual return, over 30 years. That is $573,000. Over $500,000. Gone. Not spent on experiences. Not invested in yourself. Gone, to services you barely use, auto-renewing every month, forever. And I know what you are thinking. I am not going to cancel all my subscriptions. Fair. You do not have to. Let us say you find just $150 a month in subscriptions you genuinely do not use. That is still $220,000 over 30 years. $220,000. From just cutting the stuff you do not actually use. Here is a concept I want you to hold on to. Wealth leakage. Small leaks sink big ships. You do not need to be making massive financial mistakes to end up broke at retirement. You just need enough small invisible drains pulling money away from compound interest, month after month, for decades. The subscription economy is basically a machine designed to create wealth leakage. And most of us are plugged into it without realizing it. Now, here is why this is harder to fix than it sounds. First, price hikes. In 2026, companies raise prices with no reauthorization required. They send you an email, you ignore it, and suddenly you are paying $18 for something you signed up for at $12. This has happened to almost everyone with a major streaming service in the last 2 years. Check your statements. I guarantee at least one of your subscriptions costs more than what you originally agreed to pay. Second, the bundle trap. Companies bundle delivery, fitness, streaming, and storage all into one product so you feel like you are getting a deal. But what it also does is create a very high baseline cost of living that is almost impossible to reset. Third, and this is the one nobody talks about. When you have $300, $400, $500 a month locked up in recurring subscriptions, that money is gone before you even see it. You want to save for a house but you never have enough left over. That is what I mean by subscription rich, cash flow poor. Now here is an important distinction. Not all subscriptions are the enemy. If you use a tool that helps you earn money, that is an investment. The question is not, do I have subscriptions? The question is, are these subscriptions working for me, or am I just working to pay for them? Alright. Let us get practical. Here is exactly what I want you to do this week. Step 1. Open your bank app tonight. Go to your transaction history and filter by recurring charges. Write them all down. Every single one. Step 2. For every subscription on that list, ask yourself 3 questions. Did I use this in the last 30 days? Does this make me money, or does it just cost me money? And if this was not auto-renewing, if I had to manually go pay for it today, would I? If the answer to any of those is no, cancel it. Step 3. The one in one out rule. Going forward, whenever you want to add a new subscription, you have to cancel an existing one first. Step 4. Switch to annual billing on the subscriptions you want to keep. Most services offer 15 to 20% off if you pay annually. For the ones you genuinely use, this is an easy win. Step 5. Set a quarterly audit reminder in your calendar. Subscriptions creep back in. The audit is not a one-time thing. It is a habit. Now, when you free up that cash flow, here is where it goes. Not a savings account earning 2%. That is not going to get you to retirement. Option 1. A high-yield savings account for your emergency fund. Get that to 3 to 6 months of expenses, earning 4 to 5%. Option 2. A simple index fund. Set up automatic contributions and let compound interest do the work. Option 3. If you want real estate without buying a property, fractional real estate platforms let you start with small amounts and earn rental income. The goal is simple. Every dollar that was going to a subscription you do not use should now be going to an asset that grows. That is the shift. From permanent consumer to permanent owner. And I want to be honest with you about something. This is not about being cheap. This is not about depriving yourself. If you genuinely love a service and you use it all the time, keep it. Nobody is saying you have to live like a monk. The point is that every dollar you spend should be a conscious choice. Not a default. Not something that just happens to you automatically every month without you thinking about it. Because the difference between people who build real wealth and people who do not is almost never income. It is intention. It is the habit of asking, where is my money going, and does that match what I actually want my life to look like? Subscriptions are just one piece of that. But they are a really easy place to start. Because the savings are immediate, the impact is long-term, and you can do it tonight. Here is your action item for today. Just 1. Open your bank app, find your recurring charges, and cancel one thing. One thing you have not used in 30 days. Just 1. Then come down to the comments and tell me what you canceled. I read every single one. If this video was useful, subscribe.